Hi, God. Thanks for the shine. Seriously. Okay, so we're going to have a confession right now. And then, we wish to do this as we have some coffee, right? It's just going to be fun, right? So here, I want to show you something. Look, you see that? Okay, so that's the front. That's the back, right? Hold on, let me white balance real quick. Boom. All right. It always messes up the white balance whenever I do that. Right. So we wrote down some words, right? Because, so we created a private health association, right? It's private. It's in the private jurisdiction, right? So now what we're doing is that we're just going out there and then we're just talking with the people, right? And then, as we talk with the people, some of the things that the people say to us it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like, we've been told that, we are committing medical fraud, right? And then it's just like, wait, what are you talking about, right? And then as we're hearing this, and then the entities that we're hearing this from are the people that work in the medical industry, right? So the people that we know that work in the medical industry, they all say, I don't want to commit medical fraud, right? And then I'm just like, oh my God, you guys don't know what's up, right? So I have a bunch of people that work in healthcare, right? And then I want to move them over into the private jurisdiction, but they like to be in the public jurisdiction because I don't know. I just think that's the only picture that they can see in their mind of whatever it is that they've been taught, right? So that's why we had to write these words down, God, because it's just like, all right, we're going to lay these tracks down because it's just like, all right, once we do this, we're done, right? Because then you're going to know what's up. Okay. So check this out. Here we go. Hi, God. Thanks for the shine. Seriously. Thanks for the shine. All right. Here goes the quest, bit, script, word, go, show, flow, keyword flow, ready, go. Okay. Foundation, Matthew 4:19. And he saith unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. Okay, done. All right, check this out. Maxim 69, knowledge, understanding. 69G, jurisprudence is the knowledge of things divine and human, the science of the just and the unjust. Okay, remember that. 69H, he who questions well learns well. Okay, that's why I'm always asking questions, man. I'm trying to learn. Okay, let's keep it going. 69O, let everyone employ himself in what he knows. All right, seriously. All right, let's keep it going. 69V, it is sometimes expedient to forget what you know. You only know what you know. And once you know, right? Remember that. But sometimes you got to forget what you were taught. That means you got to forget what you know. All right, scary simple. Let's keep it going. 39, evidence, proof, and witness. Whoop, watch this. Okay. 39G, the law arises out of the fact. Seriously, fact. All right, let's keep it going. 34, duty of individuals. All right, 34C, he who becomes a soldier of Christ has ceased to be a soldier of the world. Fact, okay? Nor is he entitled to any reward who acknowledges no duty, right? So if you don't acknowledge that you have a duty, you don't get a reward, man. No reward, right? So if you don't acknowledge that every man, every woman out there, is a soldier of Christ, once you know, right? And if you don't understand that, then you don't get the reward, man. It's really simple. I love that one. That one's so much fun. All right, let's keep it going. 29, deceit and fraud. All right, check this one out. 29N, a new road, not an old one, often deceives the traveler. I love that one, right? Because that one just shows you what's up, man. There's nothing new under the sun. Never, ever, ever, right? So every time someone tries to present to us a new way of doing something, I'm like, I don't think so. Show me your roots, right? So once I can see your roots and then I know where you come from, I'm going to go with the roots, man, every time. See, and I love that this is a maxim right here. A new road, not an old one, often deceives the traveler, right? So every time someone hops on a new road, you're always seeing them being tricked, man. If someone says, hey, we got a new and improved way of doing something, I'm like, seriously? Show me what's up, right? And then when they try to show you, you get tricked, man. An example of that one would be is just basically working out, right? The way that you work out is so simple, man. All you have to do is push stuff, pull stuff and move, right? You know, if you can push, pull, and move, you're going to be cool, man, right? And you can do that with your body all day long, right? You know, so then every time you get these new tricks out there, you know, like there's new stuff to push and there's new stuff to pull, right? And then you get deceived, right? Because then you go and you spend a lot of money on these little gadgets and things like that you're pushing and pulling and moving, right? You know, and then you're like, well, I'm not really getting any benefit, because then you're like, well, you got to follow our program too, right? So then if you follow that program, and then they're basically showing you how to push, pull, and move, right? And then and then you just got deceived, man. You know, you're traveling a new road. The road's already laid out for you, right? You know, you already know what's up, right? Because you got your body, right? You know, and then if you follow what your body says that you should be doing, pushing, pulling, and moving, right, you're going to be free, man. Scary simple, right? But, you know, I see a lot of deception going on with people who try to travel new roads, man. You know, another example of a new road being traveled would be like all these people who talk about, you know, the world, it's coming to an end, right? We've seen those people before. You call those people like the doomers, right? You know, they're like, oh my God, the weather is getting so crazy. We don't know what's going to happen. We're all going to die, right? We're like, no, we're not, man. We're not going to die, man. I mean, weather is weather, right? It's always going to be that way, and it's always going to change, right? You just got to be prepared, man. That's all you have to do. Scary simple. All right, let's keep it going. Foundation, Matthew 2:36 through 40. All right, check this one out right here. 36. Master, you know, which is the great commandment of the law, right? Master is Lord, master is Christ, right? That's my master. And this is the question that was being asked, right? You know, 37. Jesus said unto him, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. All right, cool, got it. All right, 38. This is the first and the great commandment. Got it? Okay, let's keep it going. 39. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. All right, seriously, if you love your labor. If you love your neighbor like you love yourself, you're going to be cool, man. All right, 40. On these two commandments hang all the law. All law is hung on two commandments, man. Simple, love, right? You know, that's what I'm saying. If it don't track back to love, if I can't trace a law back to love, it's no go, no show, no flow, man. That means it's something else. And I'm going to watch you, seriously, right? You know, let me finish that one again. 40. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. Done. All right, let's keep it going. Psalms 82:6, right? I have said, remember when it's saying I have said, that's Big G. Big G's always telling us what's up, right? I have said, ye are gods, little g, right? And all of you are children of the Most High. Done. Okay, done. Right, got it good. One family, done. All right, so that's it, man. You know, so we got this one right here. You know, we know what's up, man. You know, so like you should understand what it is that you're supposed to be doing, man. You know, it's really simple. I like this one right here. Jurisprudence is the knowledge of things divine and human, the science of the just and the unjust, man. You know, so if you understand what the word is, man, because whenever you see juris, you know you're dealing with the word, and it's the right word, right? And the right word is really simple, right? You know, so check this out right here. Let me show you something, right? You see that right there? Okay, so that's Article 1, California Constitution right here, right? And then we're going to scroll, you know, I say scroll, but we're going to go to right there. You see that? You know, that says Section 3, right? Section 3. You know, listen to what this says, right? You know, the people, hi, I'm one of the people, right? You know, the people have the right to instruct, you know, their representatives, petition government for redress. That means put them in a straight line, right? And assemble. That means come together and unite, right? Freely to consult for the common good, man. Okay? You know, so done, right? You know, so when someone says, you know, that, hey, I created a private health association, right? You know, and then within this private health association, we consult for the common good, man. You know, because what we use is that we use fundamental principles, man, you know, and we show other people how to use the fundamental principles, right? You know, and then we talk, right? We could talk member to member, scary simple, right? You know, and then it says it right here within the California Constitution, man. You know, so like we watched a lot of people leave the state of California. Why? They lack knowledge, in my opinion, right? You know, so you shouldn't leave the Golden State. The Golden State is one of the best states out there. any state that you're in is the best state that you're in, man, because wherever you are, you can bloom, right? You can bloom wherever you're planted, man, right? And you do that by knowing the words. Scary simple, right? So check this out, right? So if you understand, that the people have a right to instruct their representatives, right? So a representative is any public servant who's sworn to the Constitution, right? So if you swore an oath to the Constitution, that means you're a public servant, right? If you work under the jurisdiction of the Constitution, that means you're a public servant, right? And we as the people have a duty and an obligation to instruct them, man. It's simple, right? So check this out. I'm gonna keep it going, right? You see this right here, right? Check that out, right? So that's etymology. Boom, white balance. Boom, check it out. Boom, my forehead's all shiny. No, it's the light. Whatever, right? So they were saying, medical fraud. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys don't know what's up, man. I mean, like, you guys work in the healthcare industry, right? There's so many people that work in the healthcare industry, and then they're book smart, right? They're very book smart, but they lack knowledge. They lack so much knowledge. It's ridiculous, man. I mean, they could tell you all sorts of things about process and procedure, right? They could tell you all sorts of things about, like whatever system that they've been trained in, they can tell you about that, right? But they don't know what the roots are, man. They never go back and take the time to understand what the roots are of their industry, right? We do. That's what we do, because we always track back the words, man. So med, M-E-D, right? This is a root word, med, for medicine, medical, all that stuff, right? The root word for that is take appropriate measures, right? Take appropriate measures, right? So if you are in medicine, you are taking appropriate measures, man. Scary simple, right? So check this out. Right, we're going to read this right here. Here goes the hypothetical source and evidence, right? Sanskrit, right? Midiur, I judge, estimate, right? That's where you're getting the measurements, right? Then you got the Greek, MAD, mad, for physician, right? And then, oh no, that's Avestan, mad, right? Wrong one, right? Then you got Greek, medomai, right? For be mindful of, right? Be mindful of, right? Measure, right? Then you got another one, medis thai, right? Medis thai, think about, right? Then you have medein, right? To rule. And then you have medon, ruler, right? Then you have Latin, meditari, right? For think or reflect on, consider, right? So if you keep seeing this, everything is about thinking, man. And it goes back to the rules, right? You are what you think, right? So you got to understand what medicine is. Medicine just means you're measuring stuff, and you're measuring what you think, man. It's so simple. Okay, so check this out. Right, so we're in Infogalactic right here, right? Because we're like, okay, let's look what the normal people think what medicine is, man. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. Hold on. Thank you, God. Thank you for hanging out with me during these confessions. Seriously. Like it gives me an opportunity to unload on you, man. And then once I can unload on you, then I can see what's up, and then I can clear my mind, and then I can go ahead and then I can take the appropriate measurements that I need, man, because this is just what I do now, man. Because like once we realize that we have a duty and we have an obligation to go out there and instruct the people, right? Because all the people, all the men, all the women, all the children out there, a lot of them don't know who they are, right? A lot of them don't know that they're children of the Most High, right? And then we're starting to see that. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, you guys just need instructors, right? You just need people to instruct you and show you the words. And once they show you the words, you guys are going to be free, man. I mean, and that's all we see, so that's why we go out there. Like when we went out there yesterday, and then we went to there was a tax service business, and we went to the tax service business because we're going to instruct the people who do the tax services for the people, right? So then we were down there because we were hanging out at another business where, we were hanging out at a medical business, right? Where they see what they call patients, right? A patient is a consumer, right? So a consumer who goes into a building, right? And then once they go into that building, they get seen by what they call a doctor, who is supposed to be a teacher, who's supposed to look at the body, and then they're supposed to help that body become whole and become one, right? But then they follow all these other regulations and things like that, because most of the doctors out there, they fall under another jurisdiction, right? And the jurisdiction that they fall under is called the medical board, right? The medical board falls under the jurisdiction of the state's constitution, right? So like I'm in California, so there's a California Medical Board, right? So wherever you are and wherever state you're in, like if you go and you talk to a doctor and they say, let me see your license, right? If they have a license, that means they fall under the jurisdiction of the Constitution, right? Right here, right? They fall under the jurisdiction of the Constitution. And then we, the people, are the ones that are supposed to instruct. I was going to mess that up. We're supposed to instruct and show our public servants how the Constitution works, because we, the people, right here, the first one, all people are by nature free. Okay, that's it. I always stop right there because that's section 1 in the California Constitution Declaration of Rights. And when you understand what free is, free means love. Love and free is the same, right? So now we're already back to what Jesus told us to do, right? So we're already back to a fundamental principles, right? So all people are by nature free and independent and have inalienable rights, right? So these are rights given to us by God because we are in the image of God, right? It's simple, so man, woman, child, we were all created in the image of God, right? God made us, right? So we can come down and have a really cool experience in this realm, right? And in this realm, we have dominion over the whole realm, right? So then we create the constitutions that our public servants operate in, right? And then one of those entities that operates in there is called healthcare, right? And then another entity in there that operates is called a doctor, right? So then we have to also instruct our doctors, right? So our doctors are public servants, right? So when we go to these medical places and we're being seen by a doctor, right, we're not patients, right? We are the people, right? And then when the people come and see you, and then we expect for you, because we're trying to consult with you right now, right? We're trying to see how we can make ourselves become whole and become one, right? And then when you give us information, right, that doesn't make us whole and make us one, we don't like that anymore, man. Like when you give us information that says take this substance, right, in order for us to become whole and become one, you better show us why every time, man. You better show us what's up, right? So let me keep it going, man, because I'm on this doctor bit right now, man, because I'm getting set off. And when I say set off, I'm just like, wow, there's so many people who don't know what's up. There's so many, right? And then when you talk to them, because they have skills, right? They have so many skills, but they don't know how to use their skills because they only use their skills in a certain jurisdiction, man. That's why we're always talking with them, man. We're always like, follow me, come with me, unite with me, let's be one, right? And then we'll show you what's up, but then we're just going to keep it moving, man. And that's why we're going to talk to the young ones, the young people, right? The young people, because then we'll show them what's up, because then they're going to be free, man. They're going to be free for this right here, right? Where is it right here? Did I write it down? Yeah, right here, 69O. Let everyone employ himself in what he knows, man. So we're going to show people how to employ themselves in what they know, but it's going to be in the private jurisdiction, right? And then you're going to assemble, then you're going to come together, then you're going to unite as one, and then you're going to consult for the common good, and you're going to put it down on paper, man. And once you put it on that contract, man, you guys are going to be free. Scary simple, right? So you could do medicine. You could do whatever it is that you want, man. So if you know it, whatever you know in here, you can put it down on a piece of paper, and then you can come to agreement with other people, and then you guys can employ each other. Simple, right? All right, so let's keep it going. Right, so we went into medicine, into the infogalactic, because it's just like, look, this is what the encyclopedia says right here. Medicine, American English, is the science and practice. Remember, science just means cut apart, right? Is the science and practice. Practice just means things that you're doing, right? Of the diagnosis, dia means through, gnosis is knowledge, right? Treatment and prevention of disease. That's it, man. So with knowledge, and then how you treat something, that's how you do something. You're trying to prevent something that makes you not whole and not one, man. It's real easy, right? And then once you understand you are what you think, done, right? Don't think that you're sick. Don't think that you're ill. You are what you think and you are what you do, right? Make sure you get enough sleep, right? Make sure you get enough rest. Make sure you eat. You don't need to eat a lot. That's fun, right? You don't need to eat a lot, man. Honestly, you really only need to have 1, maybe 2 meals at most at the day, right? And then, you eat those, and then the routine goes like this. The protocol is so simple, right? skip breakfast. Don't eat breakfast. Don't even think about it. Don't even worry about it. Eat after 12 o'clock, right? You know, once you eat after 12 o'clock, that's going to be your first meal. Eat whatever it is that you wish, whatever it is that you want, but eat until you're full. Right, that's it, man. You take a couple bites, stop and think and say, am I satisfied? Am I cool? Yeah, you might be cool, right? If you're not cool, keep eating, man. I was going to say eating, right? But keep eating and then you'll be cool, man, right? Because like the body has everything that it needs in order for it to take care of itself, man, right? And if we don't get our energy from the food, we get our energy from the sleep, from the breath, from the breathing, man. That's why we sleep, and that's why we breathe so hard when we sleep, man. Some of us snore. I think I might snore sometimes, right? You know, but that's where we get our energy from, man. We get revitalized. We get our life back when we sleep. That's why you should sleep in areas where you get cross currents, right? You get the air coming from all over the place, because that's the life, man. That's the breath. You know, that's what's up. Seriously, right? It's so easy once you understand what the words are, man. Right? You know, so the food, skip your breakfast, right? You don't have to wake up and eat food. You don't have to do that, man, right? You just wake up, you go do your thing, you do your routine, you go do whatever it is that you work, you know, whatever that stuff is that you do called work, you go do that, right? And then you can look at the sky, and then once the sun gets above your head, you can say, do I feel hungry? Am I hungry? Is my stomach telling me that I need food? That's just called your appetite, because you don't know what hunger is, man. I don't know what hunger is because I've never been hungry. You know, I just have appetites for things, right? And then once my stomach just means mouth, you know, so once my mouth goes like this, grr, grr, I say, oh, I'm hungry. I better go get some food. It's just funny once you start understanding what these things are, man, right? You know, so that's all you really need to know, man, because the body, what God created for us, it'll take care of itself as long as you know how to administer it, man. You got a fiduciary responsibility, really. Scary simple, okay? Let's keep it going, man. All right, so here we go. Here goes, like, this is who I'm hitting right now. Check it out. You see that? American Medical Association, right? Boom, white balance, boom, lock it down. Head is so shiny, whatever, right? You know, so this is what the American Medical Association is. It's a type of professional association. Done. It's an association. That means to unite with, that means to follow, right? You know, so, excuse me, all the doctors are all part of some form of association. Seriously, right? You know, and this is a voluntary association. The American Medical Association is a voluntary association, right? And then they do things because they work with the political people, right? And then once they work with the political people, they're essentially instructing them, right? Then the political people go write up rules, right? Then the rules that they write off only affect them in the commercial realm, right? You know, it has nothing to do with the private jurisdiction, right? Only if you're in commerce is where you have to understand what it is to be part of the American Medical Association, man. It's so easy, but whatever. Check this out. Right, this American Medical Association, the AMA, you know, was founded in 1847, right, and incorporated, right? So once they became incorporated, they became a creature of the government. Seriously, right? You know, is the largest association of physicians, both MDs, which means medical doctor, and DOs, right? I forgot what the DO means, doctor of osteopath, whatever, you know, and medical students in the United States, man. You know, so that right there is showing you what's up. You know, it's like they are a private membership association. The American Medical Association is a private membership association, man. Once you understand that, you're going to be free. You're going to be so cool. It's going to be so much fun. All right, so check this out. Right, here goes another one. Right, so you see that right there, God? Check this out. Professional association. Right, boom, white balance, boom, lock it down. Right, how we doing on time? We're cool. Okay, so a professional association, also called a professional body, you know, a professional organization or a professional society, is usually a nonprofit organization. What? Okay, creature of government, right, seeking to further a particular profession, right? So you want to keep a profession going, right? That's why you have all these, like, other association examples would be like the military is a private membership association, the bar association, you know, where all the lawyers go into, that's a private membership association. The nurses have a private membership association. I focus on those a lot because, you know, the lawyers are the ones that cause us a lot of conflict because, you know, they confuse the people with the words, right? You know, and then you have the doctors, and then the doctors all fall under the American Medical Association, right? And then they're the ones who have sort of kind of like this artificial monopoly on how they can see people called patients, right? And then you have the nurses out there, you know, who also help and assist with the doctors, right? You know, and then they also have an artificial monopoly on, you know, what you can and can't do within the public's medical hospitals and stuff like that. So these two private associations plus the lawyers' private association have created barriers, right? So they've created barriers and difficulties for other people to come into those industries and help out the people. Right, you know, and that's not cool, man. You know, and in the way that they do that is because they lobby, which means that they go and then they talk to our political people, and they essentially instruct our political people by writing up rules and regulations that say, you know, these are the type of things that we want to come into the healthcare industry. That's all they do, man. You know, and once you understand that, you're going to be free, right? Because then you know that you don't have to be a part of that, man. You know why? I'm going to show you why, right? You know, this is why, right? Why? Check this out. Boom. You see what that says? Voluntary association. Boom. White balance. Boom. Lock it down. Boom. Okay, let's lock this down. All right, there we go. Right. We're still in the encyclopedia. This is an infogalactic, right? So check this out. A voluntary group or union, also sometimes called voluntary organization, common interest association, or just an association, right, is a group of individuals, also called people, who enter into an agreement, also called contract, as volunteers, which means to unite, which means to associate, which means to follow me. Hi, Christ, I see you, right, to form a body, one body, you know, one body is one group, right, Christ's body, scary simple, right, or organization, that means coming together, right, to accomplish a purpose. Done. Done. Okay, here goes some common examples, right? You know, they include trade association, trade unions, learned societies, professional associations, environmental groups, right? You know, so if you see under voluntary association, right, the jurisdiction that I was just talking about, where it's people decide to come together, right, that decide to do this right here. Foundation, remember Matthew 4:19, right? And he saith unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men, right? You know, so associations essentially go and they fish for men and they fish for women, and then they try to get them to come into their organization as volunteers. And then they say, okay, once you come in, you got to sign this little piece of paper, you know, and then once you sign this little piece of paper, that's the contract, and you agree to the terms and conditions of our association. And then once you do that, you're like, oh, okay, cool. And then you get benefits and then you get privileges, man. You know, it's that easy. It's so easy, right? A caveman can do it, man. I just love this, right? You know, so, you know, this is why we create associates now, man, because we go out there and we look for people who wish to associate with us, man, you know, and then we can point them to people who can build them their own private membership associations or their own business private membership associations. And then they can go ahead and then they can create all the wealth that they want, man. It's so easy, right? You know, so this is why we have our private health association, right? You know, and then under our private health association, we have what we call Law Team 1. You know, hi, I'm one of the members of Law Team 1, right? And then what Law Team 1 goes out there and does is that they go out there and instruct, right? You know, so this is what we do, right? Is that we go, right? We use this right here. So we use the fundamental principles, right? We use the fundamental principles of law, right? And then we use the Constitution, right? And then we go right here and then we use, you know, Article 1, Declaration of Rights, you know, Section 3, you know, and then where we go and then we show our public servants and we say, hey, check this out, public servant. The people have the right to instruct their representatives. You're one of the representatives, public servant, right? You know, doctor, you're one of the representatives, public servant. So we, the people, have a right to instruct you, right? And then we have a right to petition the government, right? So we tell the government, hey, government, you guys are acting all out of bounds, man. We got to put you guys back in reg, right? We got to put you back in a straight line because we must regulate you because we have a duty and we have a responsibility to do that, right? You know, so that's why we redress you, right? And then we have to be able to to assemble freely together, right? So every man, every woman, all children, we can all go assemble together in whatever areas that we wish to assemble in. I assemble in a house is a home. I'm assembled right here, in God's body. That's just what I do now. All my spirit is assembled. I'm one. I got father, I got mother, I got brother, I got sister, I got God, I got Holy Ghost, I have Christ. I'm done, man. I'm done. So I got my family, and then we're all assembled and we all came together freely. And then we go out there and we find other men, other women, other children who wish to do the same thing. And then we wish for them to be able to employ themselves in what they know, man. And in that way, they can just build, right? They can just keep building and building and then growing and growing. And then we don't have to worry about all of this stuff. Like, you don't have to worry about inflation. You don't have to worry about climate change, right? You don't have to worry about there not being enough jobs. Because there's more than enough jobs out there, because there's billions of people out there. There's billions of people out there in the realm, and then every town, every city, every community, has people like me out there. And then once you associate with people like me, then you guys will be able to build a community, right? And then once you build the community, you'll be able to build the house and you'll be able to build the body. And then once you build the body, you guys are going to be able to do all sorts of magical things in there, man. All the stuff that you would only dream about in your mind. And then we'll show you how to take what's in your mind and turn it into a reality. Seriously, it's so easy, man. We just love this, man. So that's it, man. That's it. I just had to show the people what's up, man, because, it's like when they sit up there and they try to say medical fraud, I'm like, what are you talking about, man? We're not doing anything that is called fraud. We're not deceiving anyone, man. We're showing you how to be one body. Simple, right? So that's why we love this one, 29N, right? A new road, not an old one, often deceives the traveler, right? So every man, every woman, all people, we are all traveling, right? We're traveling, right? There's roads out there. There's old roads, right? The old road that we take you back to is the one of God. Seriously, right? We take you back to Christ, right? And then that's the road that we travel on, man, because I'm like, yo, you've always told me what's up, man. And then the road of God, the road of Christ, road of Holy Ghost, it's simple. It's love, right? And then love means to care, right? And then once you show how to care, you're going to be free, man. You're going to be so free. It's going to be so cool. We love it, man. So, that's it. I'm done. This confession's done, man. We got it. I think we knocked out fraud, because it's like all those people, we're going to show them what's up, right? And then, we're just going to show them what we stand on, and we stand on love, right? Every time, man, it's all about the love, man. I like that Beatles songs, all we need is love, love. Love is all we need, right? So they're always telling us in the music too, man. We love it, right? So, all right, we're going to put this together, right? Then we're going to upload it. And then we're going to watch it, and then we're going to see how it flows, man. Thank you, God. I'll talk to you in the future. We're going to go out there and we're going to talk with your people. We're going to talk to our family. All of the children of the Most High. We're going to go talk with them, and we're going to show them. We're going to show them the word, man. And some of them are going to get it. Some of them aren't going to get it. But whatever, we're still going to protect them because we love them, man. It's our family. All right, I'll talk to you guys in the future. Remember, nobody's having more fun than us. Bye.